words of wisdom, gentle and true, guiding the heart in all that we do. Listen and learn, let patience grow. The elder's voice will help you know.
I still remember the day I realized I'd been carrying a stone with me for years, a constant reminder of the grudges and resentment I'd held on to. It was a heavy burden, one that I thought I'd grown accustomed to, but in reality it was weighing me down in ways I never thought possible. The weight of this stone had become a familiar ache, a nagging sense of tension that I'd learned to live with, but it was affecting my relationships, my mental health, and my overall well-being. As I look back, I realize that I'm not alone in carrying this burden. We all have our own stones, our own grudges and resentments that we've held onto for far too long. Maybe it's a past hurt, a betrayal, or a perceived injustice. Whatever it is, it's a weight that we carry with us every day, and it's a burden that we all know too well. I've seen it in the way people interact with each other, the way they hold back, the way they're hesitant to trust. It's a weight that's palpable, a tension that's almost tangible. For me, the stone was a symbol of the unforgiveness and anger that had been weighing me down. It was a reminder of all the times I'd been hurt, all the times I'd felt wronged. But as I began to reflect on my life, I realized that holding on to this stone wasn't serving me. It was holding me back, keeping me stuck in a cycle of anger and resentment. I knew I had to let it go, but the question was how. I started by acknowledging the weight of the stone, by recognizing the toll it was taking on my life. I began to see how it was affecting my relationships, how it was causing me to push people away. I saw how it was impacting my mental health, how it was contributing to my anxiety and depression, and I knew that I had to make a change. I had to find a way to release the weight of the stone, to let go of the grudges and resentments that had been holding me back for so long. As I began to explore the concept of forgiveness, I realized that it wasn't about forgetting what had happened, or even about condoning it. It was about releasing the hold that it had on me, about letting go of the anger and resentment that had been weighing me down. It was about creating space for healing, for growth, and for transformation. And it was about finding peace, a sense of peace that I'd been searching for far too long. But the question remains, how do we let go of the stone? How do we release the weight of the grudges and resentments that have been holding us back? That's a question I've been grappling with for a long time, and one that I'm still trying to answer. Perhaps the key is to start small, to begin by letting go of one small thing, one small grudge or resentment. Maybe it's about practicing forgiveness, not just towards others, but towards ourselves as well. Whatever it is, I know that it's a journey that requires patience, compassion, and understanding. And it's a journey that I'm committed to taking, one step at a time. As I reflect on the weight of the stone I've carried for so long, I've come to realize that forgiveness is the key to unlocking my freedom. It's not about forgetting the pain or excusing the hurt, but about releasing the hold it has on me. I've learned that forgiveness is a journey, not a destination, and it starts with acknowledging the pain and hurt I've experienced. It's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to take the time to process my emotions. I remember a moment when I was talking to a friend who had gone through a similar experience, and they shared with me the concept of soul burdens. It resonated deeply with me as I realized that the weight of the stone was not just a physical burden, but also a spiritual one. By choosing to forgive, I began to lift the soul burdens that had been weighing me down, and it's been a transformative experience. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to let go of my need for control. But the freedom that comes with it is unparalleled. As I walk this journey of forgiveness, I'm reminded that it's not always easy, and it's not always linear. There are days when the weight of the stone feels heavier than others. But I've learned to be patient with myself, and to trust the process. I've also come to understand that forgiveness is not just about me, but also about the people I've hurt or who have hurt me. It's about breaking free from the cycle of resentment and creating a new narrative, one that is rooted in compassion, empathy, and understanding. And that's a journey I'm excited to continue, one that I hope will inspire you to do the same. What's the weight that you've been carrying? And what's the first step you can take today to start letting it go? As I've continued on my journey, I've discovered that the weight of my stone wasn't just physical, but also emotional. It was the constant reminder of the pain and hurt I'd endured, the what-ifs and the maybes that swirled in my mind. But as I've worked to let go, I've found a sense of peace and freedom that I never thought possible. It's as if the weight of the stone has been lifted and I can finally breathe again. I want you to experience this too, to feel the weight of your own stone lifting and to find the peace and freedom that comes with forgiveness. So I ask you, what's holding you back from taking the first step? Is it fear, anger, or something else entirely? Whatever it is, I want to challenge you to take one step towards forgiveness today. It could be as simple as writing a letter, having a conversation, or just acknowledging the pain you've been carrying. I remember a moment when I wrote a letter to someone who had hurt me, not to send it, but to release the emotions that had been bottled up inside. It was a powerful moment, one that marked the beginning of my journey towards healing. What will be your moment of release? Will you take the first step today and start your journey towards peace and freedom?